Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers new center posts 6-word message after signing. After news broke out that Christian Koloko had agreed to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, the 7-foot center immediately celebrated his NBA comeback with a tweet. "God's timing is always the best," Koloko posted, tweet quoting the Athletics newsbreaker Shams Charania's report. The 24-year-old Koloko was also pursued by the Raptors along with the Los Angeles Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs, according to Charania. But it was the Lakers he chose, because of the chance to carve a big role in their thin front line. The Lakers' center rotation became thinner after Christian Wood underwent another surgery. Wood will miss at least 8 weeks, according to Charania. Koloko will join Jackson Hayes and Colin Castleton, who is on a 2-way contract, as the healthy Lakers backup centers behind Anthony Davis entering the training camp. According to Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times, Koloko was expected to sign a 2-way contract, which means the Lakers have to waive a player on such deal. Aside from Castleton, the Lakers' other players on a 2-way contract are Blake Hinson and Armel Traore. A 2-way player can join their NBA club for a maximum of 50 games in the regular season. But they cannot be rostered in the playoffs unless their contract is converted into a standard deal. Koloko missed the entire last season after he was discovered to have career-threatening blood clot issue. The NBA barred him from playing and even practicing with his team. The NBA's fitness to play panel consists of 1 physician appointed by the NBA, 1 physician appointed by the Players Association and 1 physician appointed by agreement of the first 2 physicians, per the collective bargaining agreement, determine whether players with potentially life-threatening injuries, illnesses, or other medical conditions are medically able and fit to practice and play basketball in the NBA. Koloko's doctors has cleared him to resume playing, Sportsnet Canada reported in July, and began training for his NBA comeback. The Toronto Raptors, who selected him 33rd overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, waived him to complete the Pascal Siakam trade in January. The Lakers beat plenty of teams, who were also interested in signing Koloko after he gets clearance from the NBA fitness panel to play again. During the pre-draft process, Koloko was compared to Brooklyn Nets rim-running center Nick Claxton. Koloko will have a defined role that calls for rim running, shot blocking and switching defensively, Bleacher Report's draft analyst Jonathan Wasserman wrote in his scouting report of Koloko. Anything more offensively would be a bonus, though he was one of the nation's most efficient post scorers and improved at the free throw line. Koloko had a promising rookie season, averaging 3.1 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.0 blocks in 13.8 minutes for the Raptors until his serious medical condition sidelined him indefinitely. Now that he's back, Koloko hopes to pick up from where he left off and continue to develop as rim protector. The former All-Pac-12 player could potentially play at times alongside Davis in the Lakers' frontcourt this season. ESPN reported Anthony Davis prefers to play more often with a big man. One thing Davis has made clear to the Lakers, sources told ESPN, is his preference to play alongside another big more often, ESPN's Dave McMenamin wrote on September 12. Lakers favorite to sign comebacking 7-foot center, report. The Los Angeles Lakers are the front-runners among 4 teams interested in signing 7-foot center Christian Koloko to bolster their frontline depth, according to the Athletics' Shams Charania. Sources said the Lakers, in need of frontcourt help, are leaders to sign Koloko, the 22-year-old former Raptors second-round pick. He has been deciding among multiple teams and is now finalizing a commitment on a deal to make his NBA return, Charania tweeted on September 13. Charania said the Lakers are competing against Koloko's former team, the Toronto Raptors, along with the Los Angeles Clippers and the San Antonio Spurs. The Lakers' center rotation became thinner after Christian Wood underwent another surgery. Wood will miss at least 8 weeks, according to Charania. The opportunity to carve a meaningful role with the Lakers could be the swing factor in Koloko's decision. Koloko, the 33rd overall pick in 2022, was forced to put his basketball career on hold after he was discovered to have career-threatening blood clot issues in January, per the Associated Press. The Raptors waived him after they received 3 players from Indiana in the Pascal Siakam trade. ESPN reported Anthony Davis prefers to play more often with a big man. One thing Davis has made clear to the Lakers, sources told ESPN, is his preference to play alongside another big more often, ESPN's Dave McMenamin wrote on September 12. The comebacking Koloko will help in that regard. Koloko, a former All-Pac-12 player, averaged 3.1 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, and 1.0 blocks in 13.8 minutes during his rookie year with the Raptors. During the pre-draft process, Koloko was compared to Brooklyn Nets rim-running center Nick Claxton. Koloko will have a defined role that calls for rim running, shot blocking, and switching defensively, Bleacher Report's draft analyst Jonathan Wasserman wrote in his scouting report of Koloko. Anything more offensively would be a bonus, though he was one of the nation's most efficient post scorers and improved at the free throw line. Koloko could help the Lakers' frontcourt fill Wood's absence in the interim. But he is not the type of big man rookie head coach J.J. Redick has been looking for. In July, Redick was upfront about his wish to have a bruising big man to help Davis counter the centers of the Western Conference contenders. You certainly have to look at what I think is actually a very good roster, a very balanced roster, Redick said in an interview with Justin Turman and Eddie Johnson on Sirius XM NBA radio during the NBA Summer League. We'd love to, we tried, but we'd love to, at some point, get another 5-man, a big bruising 5-man. You look at the Western Conference right now, whether it's Denver, Minnesota, OKC with what they added, certainly Memphis, they're going to be back in the hunt, they added Zach Edey, certain matchups in the playoffs, you're going to need a lot of size. If Koloko is to fill this role Redick has envisioned, the 230-pound center needs to add more muscle and strengthen his body. Report, Lakers to reportedly waive Blake Hinson, making way to sign Christian Koloko. The Lakers finally look ready to make a move this offseason in signing young big man Christian Koloko. And while the deal will be a two-way contract that is a great value deal, the team was going to have to make a move to open a spot. On Sunday, fans got their answer. According to Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype, the team will waive Blake Hinson. Hinson was signed this spring after the 2024 NBA draft, and there was some reason for optimism for him. As a floor-spacing big, he could help the Lakers' lack of shooting that has plagued them for many years. His play in Summer League, though, did not lead to much optimism. In 8 games, he shot 21-64 from the three-point line. However, in his first and last game, he was a combined 10-21. In the 6 games in the middle, he shot 11-43. Considering how one-dimensional he is and how much he struggled in that dimension this summer, it makes sense the Lakers would cut bait on him. Similarly, while his shooting is intriguing, he plays at the forward position where the Lakers have a fair amount of depth. All in all, there was plenty of logic in waiving Hinson. Ultimately, he's not a player worth getting upset about waiving. If the Koloko signing works out, the team could run into the issue of only having a finite number of days he can be with the NBA team. However, that's a problem for the future Lakers. Before then, they'll have plenty of time to figure some things out. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Christian Koloko? Leave your opinion in the comments.